I haven't recorded in forever, man. So we're playing with Stanley Parable. I guess there's the intro. Oh crap. Begin the game again. Begin the game. I accidentally skipped important words.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
So isn't it just a 9 to 5
might have considered it
office job?
soul-eating, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
What if I just don't move? Wait. Why can I not jump? I can't jump. Garfield reference? Still can't jump.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the trophy? Click a door 5 times? Is that all you think a trophy is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks.
Let me
Now,
open the door.
suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Clicked it way more than 20 times, bro.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
I stole a trophy as soon as I downloaded the game. Give me the trophy.
No. I'm still not feeling it. I want this trophy to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way no matter the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Nah. 430 seems a lot more better. I'm not getting the trophy, am I? Ooh. $4.20.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Wait a minute. 437.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
5.
Now, back to door number 437.
Great.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine. All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Why did I start on a side thing?
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
Wait, 419, 419. It's 423, 422. 419. Nope. Oh.
Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
Wait. Four, 1, 6.
We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again!
How many copy machines are there?
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430! Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing.
That was very
You
tedious.
really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today.
I like work, I just hate. Why do I feel like there's gonna be a trophy for trying to click on every door?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I want in that room. This one here.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, I'm good.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Key card. I need a key card. Where would a key card be? Oh.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Yes.
Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the... All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Yes.
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did.
Okay.
And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles?
Yes,
Skill trees?
yes.
Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Could take the right again, or the left, or I could. I'm gonna go through here.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that?
Make it better.
But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look. Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Yeah. Is the game bugged? I can crouch this whole dang time. I think the game is bugged.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Broom.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Nah.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
This broom closet kind of comfy.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA. Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Oh. Bored.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it. Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path.
Yes.
Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll
What
say,
friends?
"Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
What friends?
Stanley was fat and ugly and really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money.
Wow.
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
What?
You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed in front of your screen.
Yeah.
Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead.
I'm not
They have
on a
fallen
computer
prey
though.
to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Nah.
Ah, second player. It's good. You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Is that it?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real.
No.
And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream." Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley.
I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Wait. No.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Damn. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nah.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley.
I was curious.
Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I had to know what would happen.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What? Okay. Okay. Where's the input computer?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is, but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
That happened again.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
Yeah, accurate. At least they got that one right.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Alright, don't jump off this time.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Alright, I need Seth in here. Yo. Don't say anything racist. I'm streaming and recording for YouTube. Yeah, and recording. Bruh. No.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not
I'm
the correct
playing
way to the
Stanley
meeting room,
Parable.
and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to
What?
stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I actually have no clue. Bro, VR is so fun, but I stopped playing because it made my acne horrible.
But eager to get back to business,
Because I was
Stanley
sweating.
took the first
I was
open
sweating.
door on his
No,
left.
I didn't have it to start with. But I sweat like crazy whenever I'm playing VR,
Stanley was
so.
so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5
The
years ago.
the face piece.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've
Yeah,
gotten
it
off
stays
the
on
wrong
there
foot here.
whenever I'm
not
playing
your
for
enemy,
hours,
really, I'm
so.
not. I realize that investing in your trust in
the
someone
heck?
else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for
I
others?
already did
Are you
like
that
5
convinced
times.
that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
Bruh.
Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important.
Oh,
Stanley walked through the red door.
The red door. I'm gonna go through this one.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
No, I went
still
through the
don't
blue
think we're
one.
Communicating properly. Stanley, all right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want
Yes.
to find out what lies at the end of this road you've
Yes.
chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Nuh-uh.
Do you see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map.
I
because
never
you were
finished
supposed
this
to be
part
here
of
in
the
first
game
place. Broken
because
roads, exposed
the
developer textures. Is this what you wanted?
the game
Was
bugged
it worth
out.
ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see.
Bruh.
Me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you
I have
want
no
to see?
clue. Hugging the
Vehicles?
wall.
Skill trees? Work with me. You
It's
give
making me
absolutely
dizzy too,
nothing
bro.
so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There
Bro.
we go. A third.
Okay.
option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Okay,
That shit was
I'm going
horrible.
to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be
Boy.
honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback
Come
here.
on, come on.
A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways
Smash.
the game could be
What?
improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful.
Maybe.
What am I supposed to do with that? I
Yes.
guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data
Oh,
from the
what?
previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. Perfectly candid,
I have no
think
clue
I've
what the
knocked it out
heck
of the
that
park
is,
with this
man.
one. Let's take a look.
I don't wanna. No, I'm not.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some play testing. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Oh.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game.
Burn the baby!
Inspiration and tedium of endlessly
Burn the baby!
demands of family life.
Burn
I think
it!
the Outworld will
Burn it
really
like that
take
one
notice.
Juice WRLD
But of
song.
course, the message of the game only becomes clear
Burn
after
it!
been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be
Burn
sure
it!
to keep notes on your experience.
I don't know.
You heartless bastard.
Yes.
Did you do it because you hate babies?
And
or
plus, I
because
won't.
it
I won't hear the
aspired me?
narrator.
Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful,
A
why don't
shoe
we
I
play
really
someone else's
want
game, just to ease the
is
pain? Let's see.
black leather Converse high tops.
Yes,
Oh,
this
no,
looks like
not.
it'll work. Let's give it a
Or,
shot.
Jordan ones.
Ah, fascinating. What do you think this game is about,
The
Stanley? What's our
Air Jordan
backstory?
ones.
What is our motivation?
You know, the classic ones. Wait, isn't this
Well, it
Firewatch?
seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent
I
civilians
don't
below
know.
from up high in your creep tower. Perhaps for some sort
The
of
ones
twist
that
to
are red
provoke a
and white. I don't know anything about shoes, man.
Yes, that must
Yeah.
be it. What a
Bro,
fascinating
this
entry
is
into the
Firewatch.
experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this.
This game
Stanley.
actually made me
And it
cry
seems
whenever
there's
I
a
was
new
watching a
one.
playthrough on
Come,
it.
let's venture outward
It
and
was
see
so
what else is
good.
out there.
Wait, was that a Minecraft door song? No. Only true OGs remember this. Only true OGs remember that. The weird S that everyone used to draw. Look. Clorox, yummy. Oh, Clorox. Chlor. Clorox. Hold on, I'm seeing if there's anything interactive. This also, this also kind of reminds me of there's also that one game that has a fire tower. It has it's a horror game. It's free. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, and it looks like kind of VHS. Oh yeah, yeah, that's the episode that I'm talking about.
No, it can't be.
Yeah, I think it was
It's
actually a
an open
Satanist.
world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
Yeah, Satanist group. Oh, no,
Thank goodness.
Mexicans,
Close call.
Mexicans, no,
Wandered off into that
no, Caesar,
thing.
Caesar.
That big open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions.
No,
path
the
to follow,
Mexicans
just
built
go
the wall
in any...
and paid for it,
Oh, thank heavens we
but
avoided it.
America owns it
Okay.
because Trump made them pay
Let's
for
find
it.
another game. Preferably something we'd want. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
Mexicans, am I right?
Okay, I think.
Oh,
this
bro, my
might
car
be
was
something.
iced up. Oh. Rocket League.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind.
I know.
Just a nice big box for you to run around in.
Ice.
There isn't any possibility
There's a
that you will get
government.
lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Nice.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here.
Yeah.
Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports
Rocket
ball.
League.
Fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together.
That is not what football
I think
is.
surely we
I mean,
must.
frick.
Okay, Stanley, here's the
Soccer.
ball. Have fun.
Oh. Alright, which side do I get it to? Orange or blue?
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Hold on.
Oh, oh, no! Ooh! Oh. Oh.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come.
Oh man, this reminds me of how in the book Maze Runners, it kind of reminds me of what. Oh, I just went deeper in. Pause. No diddy. What the heck? What the heck? Not me. I am Trip already. No. No. What if I don't want to? What? That's gay. 7:30. I'm an hour ahead of you. I'm always in that. I'm 2 steps ahead. Man, don't leak the address. Uh,
I wonder what he found.
uh.
The leading man in the story. Well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's
Maybe.
happy with his choice. And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me.
Nuh-uh.
Someone who will wrap everything up at the end to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That is
saying.
what I mean to this world.
And Ollie actually got like completely fired up on me.
Once this ends, after it all comes to a close,
Not in the good way.
then I'll be back.
Because
The end will be his.
Caesar is changing. I said it one too many times. I was apparently acting like a child whenever I was trying to get my only friend back. Like my... Other than you, really. But you get what I mean, right? One of the few friends I have back. A lot.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes?
Heh.
Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses
What the-
returned? He may
Yeah.
need to be more careful with time from now on.
Yeah.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
Which, quest? Which one
Yet
do you
there was
have?
Not a single person here either.
Okay.
Feeling a
Yeah.
wave of disbelief,
I'll have to add you.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to
Oh.
his boss's office.
I haven't. I haven't played in like a year. Okay. Not online. I ain't doing that. Oh, oh, wait. Oh, 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 ooga, ooga, ooga. Oh, 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 oh. Button, button, button. Yeah, I love this elevator music, bro. Hell no. Never pulled her. Isn't this music fire though? Ah. Da 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 da. Dang, this thing going up for a while. This elevator. I probably need to do the same. It's probably dead. I don't. Why? Ah. Yeah, I think I messed up my shoulder the other day during sparring. Cause I got round, I was kicked in the shoulder. Followed up with a back kick to it. I do Tang Sudo. It's yeah. I wanna do jujitsu, but what I do is like a mix of Muay Thai and Taekwondo. It's a mix of different martial arts. This elevator has absolutely nothing in it, does it? That sucks.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
What do you think the code is?
Of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2856.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his
2,
thumbs.
5, 8.
Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code.
It's black!
Amazing. He
Shoot it, shoot it!
the newly opened passageway.
Bro, I've read so many books like that. There's Ammo's Fortune. I know, I read it for school. There's Ammo's Fortune, there's Tom Sawyer. There's so many books that are for English reading. That's still just there. It's an older writing piece. I know. It's an older writing piece.
Free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Womp womp. Get better.
Stanley walked
Meet me on
straight into the
Minecraft,
long,
nerd.
red mind control facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
You think I'm actually gonna die if I go this way?
The door behind him was not shut.
Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Nah, I'm good.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted
No.
effort to walk forward, and willingly...
Have you ever watched Cooking with Kaya? Wait, is it actually that bad? Bruh! Ooh! I think I'm cooked.
As the machine whirred into motion,
I'm
Stanley was
cooked.
inched closer and closer to his demise. He reflected that his
Oh,
life
oh.
would be of no consequence whatsoever.
I'm cooked.
Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh. No, no! What?
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly...
A narrator to the
into
narrator?
jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
That's one way to go out. Probably the best way, though. There's that way. Or there's that way. Or there's... Shut up!
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Wait. Please, is there a bucket?
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the
Oh,
same.
wow.
Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was
This is an
already
amazing
dead
museum.
from the moment he hit start?
Stanley's computer. My shut up! I'm gonna touch you, bro. Bet. Bet. What the hell? Ooh, wait. Ha! I turned them off. Just like the women. Messed out. Right? It's funny. Yeah, I need help. Warzone. Call of Duty. Oh. I couldn't even read all that. Hmm? What? What? Yeah, I can. Wait a minute. I don't think I'm supposed to be here. Alright, I'm gonna end the video since I have like 5 minutes left till my recording ends anyways. Whoever watched this for a whole hour, amazing. Whoever didn't, yeah, subscribe. I don't know. Yeah, I need to eat. I've been eating weeds for the past week. Kidding. No, I was kidding. What the heck?